Welcome to the Metal Forge. I am Mark Jackson, your host, and tonight I'm going to be pounding out the best in Louisville metal for you guys. And if you've got a request, all you've got to do is send it to Mark at WCHQFM.com. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is Mark Jackson here. It is Thursday. It is 7 p.m. Tonight, I've got Eulogy and Blood in the studio. We're going to be talking about a new EP that's coming out from them. We've got some other stuff that we're going to talk about, and they're going to be playing some songs for you guys. And tune in on the Facebook live stream if you can. And I'm going to be playing some heavy stuff here. This is Abominate with Battery. Hell yes. That's Abominant with Battery, the cover of the Metallica tune, if y'all didn't notice that. But I'm being joined in here by the studio by the guys from Eulogy and Blood. How you guys doing tonight?
Awesome. All right, pretty good,
brother.
All right. So how about y'all go and introduce yourselves here?
Well,
Start anywhere.
all right. No, I'm Marlon. I play bass.
Chris, I play guitar.
I'm Scott. I'm the vocalist.
I'm Jay. I'm the drummer.
Awesome. So how you all doing tonight?
Pretty good. We're
pretty
busting,
awesome.
Busting Marlon's cherry. He's never been on the radio.
Yeah.
So.
What? Marlon, you've never been on the radio before?
It's
Never.
his first interview.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's a bass player. What do you
Oh. No, I see how you...
Not
Oh,
a correct mark.
damn.
I'm just saying.
I'm guilty. I'm a bass player,
I'm
too.
feeling the love.
Getting
Jeez.
rough on you for the first time.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, bass players out there. So you guys have a few things coming up. You've got an EP coming out. Is that correct?
Yes,
Yep.
sir.
And you were so nice to bring me one here. This is the limited edition. I'm gonna
Yes,
show
check out
this
that cover right there.
The do-it-yourself.
Thank you, Ed.
It's the intermediate.
Yeah.
It's the
It's,
intermediate edition.
Yes.
It's the you're the only person with a copy version.
that.
Wow. So this is going to be worth some money someday.
Hopefully.
Let's hope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
All right. Anybody want to email me? It's mark at wchqfm.com. Highest bidder takes it. So then it's called War Torn, correct? Is that the actual title, or is this just
That was
what
actually
was going to be a title?
That was the working
Yeah, that was the
single.
working title.
Wow,
for-
so it's a working title.
Yeah,
It was.
When we originally had the idea to do a CD real quick for just to give something to the fans, we were like, hey, man, let's just drop one song CD and just burst them on a few shows, just giving them to everybody. And we, actually my wife, she took and made those CD covers for us. I begged her into it and brought them back to the guys. And then we were just like, you know what, this song and the other song sounds so good. Let's just go ahead and record a few more. And then it just blossomed from there. We decided, hey, man, let's go ahead and make this an EP and let's do some proper, cover art and really put it out there, put our effort completely into it.
Absolutely. And that's a very good concept to have. I've done albums, lots of them at this point.
Me as well.
And, doing an album can be a fun experience or can be a real pain in the ass.
Yeah.
And,
Depends on how much you drink.
Drinking always helps.
sometimes it does, and until you start throwing beer bottles at each other. And
Hey, just to
Really.
put it out there, one of the songs on our upcoming EP, me and Mr. Chris Justice over there actually recorded one of them sloshed. So
Absolutely.
we
and I
actually
bet
made
it's the best sounding one on the album, isn't
It's
it?
pretty stellar.
Yeah, it's
Definitely raw.
Is it like Tribute? By Tenacious D. This is when you did it one night. You can't remember what you did, but you remember that you did something.
Yep.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, that's how.
And it doesn't sound
tape.
anything like
How are we
what
supposed
it
to do
did.
that live? I don't know because I don't know what we did then.
Right. And some of the best. I'm pretty sure Kiss wrote albums that way.
Oh, yeah. Pretty sure Ozzy did all his albums.
I'm. You bring up Ozzy, and we're all around similar ages. And it's all the thing.
26.
Right. Yeah. I wish.
27 curse. I'm right there, and I'm scared of it. to be
Oh
honest
my
with you.
gosh. I'm.
I just,
It's getting deep.
And-
Glad I wore shorts.
Right. So the thing about the Ozzy deal is, it's like I have a real love-hate relationship with his career, because it's like, he produced some of the greatest music of the 80s and 90s, not so much in the 2000s. So, but it was one of those things to me that was just like, they always talked about him being sober after he tried to kill his wife and everything. And then if you've ever seen the God Bless Ozzy Osbourne documentary, you find out it's all a bunch of garbage.
Yeah.
He's never been sober more than like 30 days. And
It's
Right.
complete crap.
vodka is the devil.
yeah. And yeah, to quote a cool lyric from a friend of mine's band, vodka can take you anywhere but home.
This is true.
Yeah, definitely.
Another little footnote, that is actually not going to be the name of our EP. We've actually come up with a whole brand new name.
And cover.
So what would that be? What was the name?
The name of our EP is going to be Human Stain.
Human Stain.
Human Stain.
And does it have Dave Mustaine on the cover?
No
Sorry,
Mega Daves. No Mega Daves on this one.
Yeah,
no
no
Mega
Mega
Dave?
Daves.
No. That goes out. I had to say that because of the battery. Playing from Abominant,
Right, yeah,
tag
totally.
back. Okay, so give me a little bit of a rundown of the band. I know you some of you were in a band called Dissension back in the day, and Devil in the Darkness, and you played a couple of metal fests, all of them.
Yeah.
I was only able to get on like 2. No.
Well, I'm on the board, so.
Yes. If you're watching the show, Alan,
Yeah, right.
hit me up, brother.
I have your shirt on, so you owe me a soda.
Yeah, an oat soda. So, give me the rundown of when y'all started the new thing.
Well, to be honest with you, it was April Fool's. I was out in a desolate part of Indiana camping, and the phone rang, and it was Jay, and he was like, "Hey, man, do you want to get together and do this brutal death metal thing?" And I was like, are you messing with me, brother? You have no idea how bad I want to do this. And the rest is history.
Yeah.
Me and him were actually in a band called Hacksaw Vendetta about 4 months before that. They dissolved, and funny as it is, Mr. Justice was in the house the day that band dissolved. He was recording putting the finishing touches on Hacksaw's song that we were
When
gonna
you
do.
when you say dissolved, like Spinal Tap drummer?
No, let's just say there were different artistic avenues.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
we just
And-
we were going and we're all adults, and
I understand.
we were coming from 2 different places.
Exactly.
And they wanted to do a certain style that really that's what they like to do. That's what, what I mean. And you get into music and you're passionate about it, and you can't hold a feller back from wanting to do what he wants to do. If that's the style, it won't sound good if he tried to keep on. So
Absolutely.
we put that animal out and we shot him. It was wounded. So out from that came this.
Me, Jay, and Marlon were actually doing another project at the time too called MIA. Well, it was Mistakes in Aviation, which was a complete.
Okay.
It was a complete 180 of what we're doing
Exactly. Yeah.
Now,
And, it-
was Ira? Is that the
Yeah,
Yeah,
Ira,
Ira?
yeah,
Yep,
yeah.
I know Ira.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think y'all were going to play one of my shows at Phoenix Hill years ago. Well, I know that it might have been his. I
His
don't know.
project at the time, yeah.
Yeah.
Me and Marlon joined it after Devil had kind of.
Faded into existence.
Yeah,
Yeah.
after
Well,
14 years of
Right.
playing around.
Our
silly-
vocalist had some things happen in his life in Devil that he
Right.
couldn't do music and take care of, which is, totally cool with us. We're
And
like,
that-
hey, man, do your thing. And I got with these guys, and I was like, hey, man, I got this project going. You guys want to do it? And, MIA was born, Mistakes in Aviation. And then, oddly enough, our singer started having some issues in that group.
Oh, wow.
And then I was doing Mistakes in Aviation and Hacksaw Vendetta with Scott at the same time, so I was in 2 bands.
And that's pretty tough sometimes.
It is, especially because if we ever played together, they put our bands next to each other on the bill. So I'm doing back-to-back sets.
Right.
And then,
well, that makes logical sense if you're a drummer to do that.
Yeah,
and I know
then
it
you don't have to
sucks.
move everything, but as far as
Exactly.
wearing you out, it'll do it. But,
Absolutely.
and then when, like Scott said, when Hacksaw was put to bed, I was like, hey, man, I've got some history with some dudes that are pretty BA at what
Right.
they do, man. We should get together and we should crush it. We should do some heavy killer stuff, man. And this was born.
Absolutely. And so it's been what, a year? You said April Fools, but you never said a year. Like
Right
coming
there.
right up on a year.
Yeah.
Nice.
Last year. Yeah, April Fool's last year.
So, when I was speaking with Scott about y'all coming in, we've been talking since about January about this, and we've been hitting each other back and forth. Just so what's next? I mean, are y'all about? I think he said something about a tour.
Yeah, we actually have after the album drops, which is going to be on the 31st of March. So it's coming up to actually this weekend.
All right.
Once it drops, media-wise, because we're going to do physical copies as well, but we're going to drop like a soft drop on
Like CD Baby or
digital, like
Yep.
Spotify, iTunes, and stuff like that.
Digital out first.
After that drops,
Everybody.
it's nonstop shows, man.
Where the world.
Wherever and whenever we can play. We do have
So you do have stuff set up.
Yeah, we've got, we have our first show back is April 6th at the Paddock. It's a Louis the Local Guy show. We're doing one with him.
Right.
He
What
actually
up,
gave
Louis?
he gave us.
What up, Louis, if you're listening?
Gave us some
He
shots
doesn't
on
listen to
it.
my show, I don't think.
Well,
I'm only
he
messing
needs
with him.
to.
If he is, he needs to be.
And then, we've got a couple more in April here in town. Then we have the Artist Murder, which is
at the Tiger Room on May 11th.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mike for running sound for that.
Mr. Taylor.
We also got
He's my
a
buddy.
Yeah, absolutely.
we also got a 420 show coming up.
At the 7th Street Hookah Lounge.
7th Street. And
7th Street
it's-
Hookah Lounge.
Yeah. It's
And-
going to be with Dead Culture, and it's going to be a banging show. People,
Yeah, that's
You
awesome.
give me this list of stuff here, and I'm looking at it, and it's like, yeah, cool. You got the Paddock, the 7th Street Hookah Lounge, the Tiger Room, and then I see Murder Fest in Tampa, Florida.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's the one we're doing. We're doing multiple dates in Florida. Not all of them. The reasons they're not on here is we're still setting up that tour.
Is it like? I know it's Murder Fest in Tampa, Florida. Is it like? Well, I'm getting older. I'm going to Florida with the kids. Because that would be if I was doing it. I'm going.
That would be Sarasota.
Florida.
It's
And
a
you know
little,
what?
little farther south.
That's funny that you bring that up, man, because, Florida is a haven for death metal bands, and especially the old school death metal
Oh,
bands.
absolutely.
You know,
Yeah,
like
there's a ton of them down there.
And all those
Retired,
guys,
too.
Deicide, and they're all getting up there in their age because, we got into them when we were young.
And now they're
Yeah, here these guys.
and all the
So
old
that's
people
actually
moved
kinda
to
funny,
Florida.
man. We could totally have a death metal musicians retirement community, man.
There already is, I'm sure.
We're actually taking. Well, get
off my lawn.
From here, artwork for the Blinds going down with us on that.
Nice.
Yeah, so,
Love those guys. I play them on here quite a bit, actually.
What's up,
Let's throw
artwork,
it
if you
down.
guys are listening?
Right.
You
All
guys,
daddy.
have a
El
buddy
Roach
band
Show.
on the way down. It's gonna be a lot of good times. We're doing about 3 or 4 dates down there before we come back up and end at Metal Fest.
Nice.
Yeah.
August 23rd and 24th.
Yeah.
And that's going to be out at.
Actually, they moved it this year.
Right.
It's going to be at Catfish Haven.
That's right.
In
Catfish Haven. Yeah.
Southwest Louisville. So
Dirty South.
Dirty South.
Dirty.
Oh, yeah.
So, how do people get a hold of you?
Here we go. I have that on the paper.
Chris's itinerary.
Yeah, he comes prepared.
Itinerary
The
guy.
rest of us are flying by the seat of our
Facebook is the
pants.
easiest way to get
It's
a hold.
just absolute
All four of us
pandemonium.
are always on
Moderating the Facebook?
Yeah. So Messenger is
Somebody slipped.
great way. And then you can also get you can listen to our music on Bandcamp. So it's eulogyonblood.bandcamp.com.
Absolutely. And obviously, they can get through the Facebook page any kind of booking information and so on and so forth.
That's actually we booked through Tim McFarland. Death by
Death
Metal.
by Metal.
Yeah.
Death by Metal.
Nice. So the EP drops March 31st. And you got some April shows, you got a May show, and I'm assuming you're going to try and get more through the summer and everything else. And
We got a bunch of irons in the fire right now. It's just we can't confirm them.
That's a metal album
confirm
title.
or deny.
Irons in the fire.
You know,
Irons in the
so-
fire.
It totally
Yep.
could be.
because it's, you know why? Because you're on the Metal Forge.
That's
I see what you did there.
Ah.
Per our booking agent, we really can't mention
Absolutely.
dates that until things
Until
are
they're confirmed, I
Right,
understand.
yeah. But we do have
It's
a
a
lot
new
more.
world we live in for
We
us.
do have a lot
Yeah,
more
non-disclosure.
out of,
Yes, sir.
we have a lot more out of state dates that we're going to be doing that we will be sure and update you with as
Absolutely,
we get the
yeah.
information.
It's,
Yeah,
if y'all got
Instagram,
dates, make sure send them in. We'll get them on the concert view with
of course,
Ed.
we'll have them through all of our media outlets, our Facebook page, our Twitter, all
Instagram.
all that
Absolutely,
stuff, yeah.
awesome
So,
stuff. Awesome stuff.
all that
So-
millennial stuff.
I like to ask a few, pretty relaxed questions.
Sure.
One of which is individually or as a band, either.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any Spinal Tap moments?
Always.
Oh yeah. Oh totally.
Could you give me, if it's a non PG story, could you give me a PG version of it? Because I always like to ask that, because everybody goes through it, and I think Spinal Tap transcends life. You don't have to be a musician to have stuff like that happen to them, happen to you.
So, like, just in this band or in general?
In general, is fine.
Oh, wow. How many times have I fell off stage? Or
Yeah, totally.
fell into Jay's drums?
In
Right.
Hacksaw, I totally broke the microphone stand and dropped the mic and had to snatch it back up real quick because it just gave out.
Oh,
it gave
no.
up the ghost, y'all, right there. I've had drunk feet. That's happened quite a bit. Somehow I don't know how I've stood on my feet with my eyes closed, just doing songs, but I've teetered right up there at the edge and just. Not have it happen, but you look down and you're like, my God, look at this dumb stuff I'm doing. I'm going to end up
and this is one of my fun, I think it was you guys who did this, and this is years ago. This is like the Metal Fest 3 thing. Didn't you all do like Horse Latitudes or something one year? Like from the Doors?
No, it was a celebration of the Blizzard.
Yeah, that's what it was. Okay. Yeah, I remember that, and I just... That was in a different time for me, and I was like, whoa. And I'm just like, I remember standing there, and this is going to be the visual thing for the guys or the people watching on Facebook Live, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is the greatest thing in the world.
That was the reaction we were going for. A friend of ours who was on some psychedelics actually was scared by that and went to his tent and passed out.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we freaked him out with that. It was pretty funny.
And actually, for as long as we were together in that band, we swore off any kind of cover songs. We never really did any cover songs, but I think the whole entire career as that band we only did two.
Yeah.
Wow. And what was the other one?
Burning Hell, my Twisted Sister. Which we did at Metal Fest 2.
Yeah, and that's the only place we ever did those two songs too, was at Metal Fest.
That's awesome, though. I mean, that's a legacy right there.
Yes,
that's where a lot of my Spinal Tap moments have happened, is at Metal Fest. Giant fireballs.
The monstrous fire pit. Yes.
Yes, very much so. I remember playing one time, and it's just like, I'm like, what the hell was that?
And it's funny, too, because
cops getting called.
I can't wait to build those moments with this group, especially since, I've got history with these guys for a while, but actually my very first band ever in life was with this guy.
Oh, wow.
Scott.
Yeah, it's like a full circle.
Right.
Yeah.
I've known this cat
93, we were in our first band. It was called Grim Reality.
Wow. And you're playing all the old dead clubs now, like Pandemonium and stuff like that.
Now, if you want to go back and categorize stories from each one of those clubs, we could probably give you some.
Absolutely.
I don't know if we can dumb them down to PG, but...
Right. Yeah, 'cause some of them you can't, obviously. So my other question that I really like to ask is, and I like this as an individual thing, because everybody's taste is different.
Sure.
What song or album that somebody else has done that's been ridiculously influential to you, that you're just like, you know what, damn it, I wish I wrote that, or I wish I recorded that, or anything. What would you have?
You just want to go down the line,
Yeah.
man?
Marlon hasn't said a word other than
he hasn't. He's like, yeah.
Well, album for me will be Injustice for All. Of course, with bass.
What song?
What song?
Yeah.
That's the Shortest Straw.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I love that.
Love that. Love that album.
That album
Man, a few
changed
words.
my life.
Hey, do you have the remastered version?
No, I don't.
You should get it, because there's like 4 more decibels of bass.
Yeah, they actually redid that album and called it Justice for Jason.
Yeah, where somebody played it, played all the Jason parts. Yeah.
That was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
So, let them do that. I have a magnitude of albums going through my head.
Awesome.
I do as well, but
For me, Down Nola, when I first heard that, it just, I don't know, it did something for me. It was a time in my life, I was a young man.
That it meant something.
It really did. Every song meant a little something. Acid Bath, both albums.
Took a song.
Really?
Both albums.
Nice.
And anything, Dax, and going into that, just that weird, sludgy, heavy, where you just bear your emotions. I got that from him, and I got that from the Down album. That's what people that bear their emotions, just really let that come through in the music. I kind of gravitate to those albums, and that's kind of what I love about this band is like every single one of us, we bear our emotions in this band to our songs, and we just said, hey, we're at that point in our lives. Let's give it the absolute best to our ability that we can give, and bleed our soul, let it all out there, and be honest with each other.
Absolutely.
And you know what I mean.
That.
Let's just do this. We're a family. We're a business. We're all that, and let's give it that honest. Let's give it one more try, and really this time, every mistake, let's use that as a lesson and make this happen. And it has been so far. These guys have done it for years. I stepped out of the light for 20 years. And raised a family, and kind of just honed my craft a little bit. And when I jumped back in, that I had messed around with the other bands, and it just never felt right. And literally, I jumped in with these guys, and I think we were 25 minutes the first day, the first practice, and we were just doing an impromptu song, and I knew right then, right there, that these guys were the ones. And you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Everything clicked. It was, chemistry. It was so much chemistry, and it felt so good. You know what I mean? Even though these guys had all that experience, they brought me in, and they were just like, bam.
And it's like
Albums.
the full circle thing.
Yeah, it is.
Absolutely.
Jay?
Well, I have to say, for me personally, the album that really changed my life, and as far as my love for metal music and that genre, was "Arise" by Sepultura, because
Nice.
I'd always been
Great
a fan
album.
of like Metallica and Megadeth and Slayer.
And then you get to Brazil, and you're
And I
like,
heard-
holy hell.
Yeah, I heard Sepultura for the first time, and I was just blown away. Just, flabbergasted at that. They were a Brazilian metal band, and it was just, I don't know, I loved it. Igor Cavalera became immediately one of my drumming idols after listening to that album. And I was like, this is the kind of stuff I want to write. I want to write this crunchy, nasty, sometimes fast, just great stuff with something to say. And yeah, it totally blew me away.
Chunky
Man.
metal.
I have a friend who saw, Sepultura when they came through the brewery years and years and years ago,
The show
and he has a
right there,
picture, and he's actually watching on the feed right now.
I
I'm
was
like,
going to ask, is he still alive?
yes, he is. and he showed me the picture one time. I was like, hey, that's you and Max. And he's like, yeah, he's a jerk.
I've actually heard that.
Well, we actually
other-
had the opportunity right before this band. We opened for
Cavalier Conspiracy.
yeah. What was
Was it?
Silver?
No, it was Return to Roots.
Return
They
to
did the
Roots. That's
entire
right.
Roots
That's right.
album.
That's right.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we opened up for that project.
And
Nice.
Didn't see him at all. I don't think.
Yeah.
No,
They
did-
showed
right-
up.
Was that a Tiger Room show too?
No, it was
No.
Diamonds.
Diamonds. Okay,
Yeah.
right on.
But I do have an autographed bass drum head from Igor, so
Nice. So that makes it even
I got
better.
something from one of my idols. One
Absolutely.
of the guys that inspired me. I'm like, right.
And
It went on my wall of autographs that I have in my living room.
Nice. That's so cool. And some interesting little trivia here on the back of the Morbid Visions album, where they got their picture on there and they're in the woods. They didn't have real bullet belts, so they took AA batteries and taped them together.
That's awesome.
and
great.
Max tells that story.
That's
it's good.
awesome.
Yeah, because they wanted to look like Motorhead.
You guys want to look like Lemmy, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Well,
I know
mean,
you're close, man. You just got a little bit of a beard to change.
A little bit. Yeah,
I mean, they covered.
Grow out the chops.
Gotta go the
They
other
did
way.
cover a Motorhead tune, Orgasmatron. So
Come on,
That's
it doesn't
actually
take
that
talent to
song.
cover a Motorhead tune because Overload's done it.
I'm just saying, though, their version of Orgasmatron was something spectacular.
It
Absolutely.
really was.
So, all right, it's all down to you, Chris.
All
right, Justice.
God, I love that song.
I would have to
Chris
say
Justice for all.
Justice. You're right. Just Ice, as he calls me.
Just
That's
Ice.
I started that.
Ice.
my,
MC Just Ice.
my rap name. Probably.
Come on, man. You've had ample time to think about
If I,
that.
Yes.
if I had
I
to
would
guess, I'll
say
say
if
Jimi
it
Hendrix.
changed me, yeah, it was probably the Jimi Hendrix, the blues album that he did. That pretty much changed me as guitar-wise.
Absolutely.
After listening to it, I mean, I've got a tattoo of the guy on my arm. So,
Really?
yeah, and I was gonna
Sounds
say,
like
Wow.
Jimi Hendrix.
I was
It's
I was gonna
partially
say,
Jimi Hendrix.
I was gonna say Nirvana
That's
too because
half of it's what he looks like now.
I know. Look at the face. I
Too
get those
soon.
faces
Who?
all the time, man. But actually, after
Do it,
I
Scott.
heard the you say it.
Do it, Scott.
Don't do that. But he gives me
That's a
crap
wicked
all the
big-
time about my
That's a
tattoo on my
wicked
arm.
Bucky Barnes tattoo you got right there.
Wow.
I mean, I'm
It's
a
a
Winter
different name
Soldier
every
fan.
time.
I'm gonna
But
see
this
that.
dude is a
But-
real Winter Soldier fan.
I can see that. I can see that.
Actually, the
I like
guy
how
who-
you've got the Hendrix as the skeleton and half Hendrix and Kurt is
Yeah, that's their Forever 27 stuff, man.
right.
So, Actually, I'm working on.
So where's the Morrison and Janice tattoo then?
They're coming. Actually, Sean Smallwood's hooking me up with the sleeve, and it's going to be all the people who influenced me, which is why it was so hard for me to actually pick that first person because it's everything. From
What up,
Coach
Amanda
on
and
there.
Sean, if y'all are listening?
Yeah.
Imperial
definitely.
Tattoos, what up?
There you go.
Definitely. And I don't know, Nirvana, not necessarily Kurt, but Nirvana, that as a whole, at that time period, they
They kind of ruled it.
Yeah,
they kind of ruled the roost there.
With that, man.
And especially we were talking about our age.
They
earlier.
changed music. Period. I totally have to agree.
They
with that.
killed hair metal.
They showed
91
you
was
that
completely.
you can be heavy and not be heavy.
I agree
at the
with
same
that, Marlon.
time.
Absolutely.
You don't have to go and be a virtuoso on guitar to get your point across or
Right.
to show passion through the
Emotion.
instrument. So it kind of changed me on that aspect of it. But also like Pink Floyd, The Wall is like one of my all-time top 5 albums. Anything David Gilmour touches
Absolutely.
is special to me. So
I've got a relationship with The Wall where it's pretty much around September. I have to listen to it around once a year. I can only listen to it once a year, and it's usually around September, and I'm just like, oh,
that's that fall time, man.
it's like, and it's almost like that time of the year where you want to stick your head in a deep fryer.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
And that's when I break out The Wall, and I'm like, and I listen to it for like, I'm like, all right, I got to get this over with. I know I do because I've got to listen to it because it's so.
Yep.
Magnus opus kind of stuff,
It really
So
is.
I'm sure you've seen the movie then.
Oh,
I probably
Countless times, yeah.
countless times seen the movie. Got to see the live show when they played the Yum Center.
I did too.
Bought tickets day
The
of.
reason I bring that up is because he said The Wall in that movie. For your average Joe, they watch that and it's just pandemonium.
Yeah,
One night when I was hanging out with Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds,
I know her.
I understood that
That old
movie
girl.
and knew
Right.
exactly what it meant. And to this day, I still know what that movie means and
Absolutely.
what it's about. And when I finally came to that realization, it totally tripped me out. Had a whole brand new respect. I always liked Pink Floyd. Whole brand new respect for them and that movie and that album after realizing what that was all about. But, I guess it took opening a different part of my mind to figure it out. But
very much so.
It was just an amazing revelation, personally.
All right, so we're gonna get ready to play some tunes.
Music.
Right
Yeah,
on.
I'm gonna play some
Sounds
music
good.
here. I'm gonna play some music out there.
All right.
So, and if you're tuning in on the live stream, y'all should watch this. And so I'm going to play a couple of songs here. One of them's an old tune, one of them's a new tune. And then we're going to play the concert view. And then Eulogy and Blood is going to rock some faces.
Right on.
As
Melt
Jack Black
faces.
would say.
Right.
We're going to melt some faces.
You're gonna melt
It's
some
a face
plastic
melter for sure.
and burn some rubber. I don't know. Here's a song called 19 Years by Surviving Thalia.
Everyone is studying my way. with 74 degrees.
It's 7:38.
Time for the WCHQ Concert View, a service of WCHQ 100.9 FM and Leo Weekly, Louisville's eccentric observer since 1990. Pick up your free copy at any of Leo's 500 distribution points to read smart and irreverent news, commentary, music, and arts coverage. A new issue is out every Wednesday, and daily online exclusive content is available every day at leoweekly.com.
All right, this is your WCHQ Concert View for Thursday, March 28th. I'm Ed. Let's take a look at what's shaking and baking in the Louisville area this evening. All right, starting up here in St. Matthews, Me and You is performing tonight over at Gersel's Place at 8 o'clock. The Mid-America Truck Show is at the Bourbon Hall with Jericho Woods and Brother Smith starting late tonight at 9 o'clock. George Moulton is at Merle's Whiskey Kitchen tonight starting at 8 o'clock. Space Camper and Heat Machine are at the Kaiju tonight starting at 9 o'clock. Melody Youngblood is over at Goodwood Brewing tonight starting at 8 o'clock. At Stevie Ray's Blues Bar, it is the Thursday night throwdown kicking off at 8 o'clock. Chase Skinner is at New Direction Bar and Grill in the Highlands tonight starting at 9:30. Jesse Ray and the Carolina Catfish are at the Mag Bar tonight starting at 8 o'clock. The Louisville Hot Club are at the Heller High Water Bar starting late tonight at 8 o'clock. Jimmy Can't Dance is hosting a Bird Law tonight starting at 9 o'clock. Jossie Lauren is at Derby City Gaming tonight starting at 6 o'clock. Rob Maupin Jr. is live at Senior Iguana's Mexican Restaurant starting tonight at 6 o'clock. Joe Robinson is at the Derby City Pizza Company on the Louisville campus starting tonight at 6:30. Inferno Collective are over at the Tim Faulkner Gallery starting late tonight at 10 o'clock. Barefoot Soul are at Goodwood Brewing tonight starting at 8 o'clock. The infamous String Dusters are at Headliners Music Hall tonight starting at 8 o'clock. And over at Limbo, the Tin Whiskey Sisters are performing during Ladies' Night starting late tonight at 10 o'clock.
This has been your WCHQ Concert View. If you've got a gig you'd like to let us know about, head over to WCHQFM.com and hit the icon at the top of the screen that says,
"It's your gig." What's going on, everybody? It's Mark. It's 7:40, and we're at the Metal Forge, and I've got Eulogy and Blood here in the live room, and we're going to listen to some awesome stuff. Are you guys ready?
Yeah, man.
Let's hit it. right, yeah. Yeah.
Sir, thank you, sir.
That's so cool. And what was the name of that?
That was For Honor.
For Honor. And it's off the new EP coming out March 31st.
Yes, sir.
So let's get heavy. Heavy? Yeah, you got heavy.
We got heavy.
Hold on.
Oh, got to take a drink of the core water.
Still can't have the drums.
I gotta do it.
That bottle always looks questionable to me.
Hey, I'm having trouble hearing the guitar. Yes,
Yeah,
at all, and
he
the
is kind of low.
Still can't hear the
Yeah, I mean, I totally winged that because I could not hear any guitar.
Did you try turning up your mic on that, or your look on behind the curtain there on your side, Jay? There should be a little headphone amp.
Pay no attention to the man behind.
And the curtain.
There it is.
There's guitar. Technical difficulties, people. Did that help?
I hear him better a lot now. I don't know about
The
Jay.
only headphone amp is the one right there by Justice.
Hang on.
I'm sorry, man. I'm not trying to be difficult.
I couldn't hear you at all. Could you hear him?
I can hear it now.
I couldn't hear him at all.
Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen.
Hold on. Right there.
Now can you all hear?
Right there.
Now is it any better?
It's a little better.
All right. Sorry, everybody. That's the things you go through when you run a live show.
It happens.
So let's hear some heavy.
Y'all want some heavy? We got some heavy for you boys.
We will dance on your grave.
Heck yeah. Gosh. Oh my gosh, that was heavy. You got me on that one. So right now, I'm going to throw this out to Ed over here to put on a song. This is going to be Atomic Thrill Ride with Wings of Madness. And then we're going to come back for some shout-outs. right, Atomic Thrill Ride with the Wings of Madness. And here it is. It is almost the 8 o'clock hour, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for tuning in. It is 100.9 FM WCHQ. I am Mark Jackson here with Eulogy and Blood for some shout-outs. Who you got, Jay?
I want to say hello to my beautiful wife, Desiree, who's watching and listening to this.
Nice.
My awesome stepson, James, who's doing the same. Want to say what's up to Artwork for the Blind, Forgotten Fury, Chigger, Ohm, any band that's cool with us. If I forgot your name, I'm sorry, but you know who you are.
I want to shout out to my old lady, Andrea. Love you, baby. Shout out to Alan Ashball, man. See you at Metal Fest. I can't wait. Yeah. Shout out to Louie, dude. We'll see you at the paddock. Tracy, we'll see you, brother, on 420. Shout out to Autumn Liesberry, Artwork for the Blind, Lurker, Granshaw, my boys in Granshaw.
Granshaw.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to my wife, Erin. Thanks for supporting me and all I do, and my family, my kids. Thanks for letting us do what we do.
I'd just like to shout out to my girl, Deanna, for holding it down and supporting me on this musical journey. And shout out to my guys here in the band.
Yeah,
I love you guys.
Yeah, baby.
And any band that we've ever played with or have had the pleasure of playing with, or just any band. Shout out to all you guys because, you're holding it down. You're helping keep local music alive.
That's right.
Shout out to Tim McFarland and Death by Metal, baby. We got
What's
you.
up, Tim?
Thank you, everybody. Tune in next week.
Thanks, Mark.
Yeah.